love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that calls the Lord of bliss to bear the dreadful curse for my soul, to bear the dreadful curse for my soul. To God and to the Lamb I will sing, to God and to the Lamb I will sing. To God and to the Lamb, who is the great I am, while millions join the theme, I will sing, while millions join the theme, I will sing. And when from death I'm free, I'll sing on, and when from death I'm free, I'll sing on. And when from death I'm free, I'll sing and joyful be. And through eternity, I'll sing on, and through eternity, I'll sing on.
Good morning, Pastor Ed Reinhardt. I am in studio alone, so I have to be tech. I have to do it all. I thought the social distancing was kind of fun at first until you need help. And then they go, I'm not allowed out. I can't come. I can't go anywhere. I thought I'd have my wife come across the street. No, she has to go to work. I don't know about this. Well, good morning, Beth. Good morning, Sarah and Olivia. Good morning, Junior and Jane. If you're out there, go ahead and send me a notice here and let me know that you are here, and I'll mention you. I got a few other people I'm going to mention. Kay Zumberger is a friend of Sharon and John Lenhart's. She friended me on Facebook, and for some reason she was encouraging people to listen to Pastor Pete. I don't remember the Pastor Pete joke. I have to apologize to UK, but I'll be Pastor Pete. So I'm Pastor Pete this morning. Woohoo! Carolyn says, hey, I'm starting to watch party, and I'm watching. So good morning, Carolyn, to you as well. Aunt Dean in Michigan. Don't know if you're on yet or not, but you've been watching. Denise Wright in Michigan, two Michiganders. Jamie is in Michigan as well. So we have those. We have people from Kentucky watching. Sherry Hansman as well. Florida is well represented. On Sunday, we had Larry and Sandra. We had Mary Meyer. We had Jerry Fishball. We had Linda and Bill Moore. We had others there from Florida as well. This has gotten big. I don't know what's going on. We're up to 14 people. Dennis Burnell this morning. Hey, Dennis, grab your shovel. We got a little digging later today. You're shaking your head no. You don't think we're going to... Today, it's a great day. Oh, they could stop construction. We can't work. That's right. All right. So you and I, we've got lots of things to do. So good morning, Dennis. I started Pause with a Pastor on the 16th of the month. One, for a mental exercise for me, because if you don't know me well, sitting still is not an option. Being in the same house with Jody all day is not an option. She would... have you ever heard the term half kill you? Well, she would. Good morning, Candy. Good morning, Elizabeth and the Wells family over there. Probably Missy and Rachel and Josh. So good morning to all of you. I started this simply to help me focus and not be focused on me. I could sit here and look at what's going on in the world, listen to the news, and just start getting rage built up inside me. From military background, from just my life and things, anxiety would have just set in. And I had to find an outlet. And this became my outlet, so thank you. Yesterday, we had over 139 views of the broadcast. whether it was just clicks and short snippets or whole thing. Don't know. It doesn't tell me. Sunday morning, we had over 339 devices watch the broadcast. And I say devices because every one of these clicks is a device, and you might have 4 or 5 people in a house. You might have one. You might only have Shirley or Carolyn or Dorothy Mosier, or maybe Linda's with her in Lima, but that way. Jamie, I did. Oh, and hi, Linda, you are on. And Jamie, of course, they're in Michigan. I mentioned you earlier. So this has grown. Junior Grilliote, Adrian Grilliote from St. Peter's Church, he did a watch party, and he started sending it to everybody. He got a message back from an individual from a number. He's like, I don't know who this is. And they thanked him for sending it out. All this to be said is, it's all about you. The church is being mobilized right now in a way that it has never been mobilized in years. We're talking about 100-year revivals. We're talking about 200-year revivals. We're talking about prayer movements that close bars and turn them back into churches, and people are turned back to the Lord and away from their vices and their distractions, and the world is changed in a matter of days and weeks, and it makes some people upset because their industry doesn't do well, and this one is flourishing. I have to say I'm amazed. I am amazed at what is going on with just a morning broadcast of, and I've got 20 people just here this morning. Danny Vonderheuvel's on as well. They can't watch together. Danny, he's probably in the barn. Candy is probably sitting at the kitchen table right now. He's wishing he could get breakfast, and Candy's wishing he would come in. So Danny, just go in the house, have breakfast with your wife, will you? Okay. And Mary Paul, good to see you this morning, Mary. I know I can't see you. And Alan. Mary, I need to pray for you more. But anyway, so I started sharing these, and you've been sharing these, and the engagements and the invites, and this has grown. This is the church mobilized to share the message of the gospel of Jesus with the world. And so we want to celebrate that today. Think about this. If no one engaged today, if no one engaged in the day of Jesus, would there have been a triumphal entry on Palm Sunday? Would there have been a triumphal entry where people came in and celebrated Jesus coming in? If no one engaged Jesus in his day, there would have been no Palm Sunday entrance. No one would have taken the time to cut palm branches off and lay them down and take their cloaks off and throw them down on the ground. People were excited because their Savior was coming. Are you and I getting excited in our journey toward Palm Sunday that we are ready for our Savior to show up and give us encouragement and give us renewal? Good morning, Pam. Good morning, kids. Good morning, Levi. And so, are we ready? Are we ready for that kind of revival to take place in our own lives, in our own households? Are we ready? I do want to give a shout out this morning. Amy Reinecke, happy birthday. I know that you've been watching on occasion and etc. And so I want to give you a shout out. I know that you're only a day over 25. I don't know how you did it, but you look amazing. So happy birthday, Amy. So we have those there. Now, today, I do want to jump into Scripture this morning. I do want to share something with you. I've encouraged individuals to read the book of Proverbs. There's 31 chapters. Read a chapter a day, keep Satan away kind of statement. Kind of the doctor and apple kind of thing, only open our Bible kind of thing. Proverbs 31 talks about sayings of King Lemuel, and then he goes into the latter part, verses 10 through 31, the epilogue, the wife of noble character. Kids, today's the day, the last day of the month, the 31st day of March, that you need to go give your mom a hug. Yeah, you can do that in your house. Go give your mom a hug. Let them know that you love them. Husbands, today's the day you cook supper for them. They've been cooking all these different days, and you've been sitting there watching TV. You have to cook tonight. You're going, but the restaurant's closed. Yes, but there's carry out. So don't forget, carry out tonight for supper. Husbands, treat your wife, help her, and give her great glory. Go read the character of a noble wife. Moms and dads, I want to jump in here. We homeschooled our son Dietrich for a period of time. I've been on the teacher side as a teacher. I taught in Christian school for 3 years, junior high Bible. I've watched and seen from a teacher's perspective. I've been the teacher doing parent-teacher conferences with the children and the parents coming in and etc. I've been the teacher when we homeschooled. Note this morning to self, do not hold a parent-teacher conference in front of your child. They will think you are crazy. Homeschooling parents, hear me. Do not hold a parent-teacher conference in front of your child about their behavior. The teacher needs to call them in. They need to send them out of the room. The parent needs to call them back in and say, what did the teacher say? Make them think about what they're doing. Recognize that you have two hats now. You're not used to wearing one, etc. It is stressful. If you want tips on homeschooling, call me. 419-204-9768. Call me. That's it. I want to make sure I'm used to giving out my wife's phone number when I give out numbers. That way people call her instead of me. And she's so much better, and she's in education too. Well, you can call her too. But she's got a number of things to do today. So you and I, be encouraged. We're going to get through this. This is a blip in the map. This is a blip in eternity. We're going to walk through. Make sure, one other tip this morning, make sure that your kids are not, shall I say, looking like they're studying and instead have the magazine. I think today in my study time, I'm going to work on going through the Pro Gear and see if I can find cameras and microphones that I really like and sound systems so I can really set up a great studio. This is great, but what I could do with hammer and nails and drywall and equipment and Ed could get in trouble. Menards! No, just kidding. So this morning, one other thing I want to touch base on. What happened between Malachi and Matthew? Do you know? Do you know what happened between the book of Malachi and Matthew? Well, if you have the Catholic Bible, you have some of those. If you don't have the Catholic Bible, many of our Protestant Bibles, actually all of our Protestant Bibles do not have those. And so we have basically some political periods. Malachi comes in during the Persian period, and we have King Cyrus of Persia and things that way touching base. We have the Greek period that comes in 331 to 167. King Alexander the Great took and came in and began to wash things across the land. He desecrated the temple. Good morning, Paul. Glad to see you're up and moving this morning. And so King Alexander the Great came in. He came in across the temple, came into Jerusalem, and he slaughtered pigs on the altar. And that's when he desecrated the altar. This process began the process of Hellenization, where you had to be Greek-speaking and understand their facts and building of Greek cities and language and culture. And they've tried to change the culture. And in a lot of ways, we got to watch. We don't have our culture changed on us during this time. We actually can be culture changers and spread the word and spread the gospel and change the culture in a Christian culture, not a counter-Christian culture situation. So we need to go on the offensive. We need to go on the journey right now. Good morning, Ginger. Glad to see you're up and moving. And you and I, we need to get on the journey. We need to be actively praying, seeking, encouraging, drawing people in, helping, so that we are not changed into a social society where we can't connect. I've been watching some videos on TV. It'd be amazing if the first Sunday that we're allowed to have worship again, the people danced and sang, and the church was packed. Every congregation was just full. Who are you inviting? Who are you bringing? Who are you sharing? Who are you saying, when we go back, I want you to go with me because I want you to be with me in heaven. We're going to have one heck of a celebration. Pastor Ed's probably not going to have time to preach because you guys are going to have all these praises and things to tell and what God has done in your life, and we will be here for a wonderful time. And so you and I, do we live in a way that's helping to be countercultural? So this morning, as we talk about in our journeying toward the Palm Sunday, are you and I, are we getting excited? Are we telling others, Jesus is coming, He's coming, get ready, be on watch? Are you and I getting ready and being on watch, and are we helping people get ready? Are we praying for those souls that have forgotten all about Jesus? Are we praying for the souls that remember Him and need strengthened? Are we praying for the individuals that need love and touch this morning because of God's grace and mercy, health, and issues in their lives? Families who are losing loved ones during this time. It's sad. It is. Are there going to be deaths? I've said this before. Yes, there will be. Many of those from underlying health conditions, etc. But are we willing to share with them the truth of Jesus before that event happens? We don't know when and how. We don't know when Jesus may return. But are we willing to be countercultural in this world and spread the gospel of Jesus completely? I would love to see this coming Sunday. We had 72, 73, 89, or 68 different ones, devices attached. I would love to see over 100 devices attached on Sunday morning. I would love to see the church flowing and full and singing and celebrating. I would love to see people on Palm Sunday banding together and going outside in the after worship and just singing praises. Going out and just waving at people on the street as they're driving by. That would really freak some people out, wouldn't it? If we just stood out on the street corner and just waved. Yeah, maybe we need to start waving at one another. Maybe we ought to do that social distancing. I have social distance. I'm more than 6 feet. If I'm standing on my sidewalk and they're driving by in a car, I've got 6 feet. Don't step off the sidewalk, though. Trip, Violet, you could stand in your front yard and wave at people all day long. Mom would be happy for a moment. Then she'd call you in. We could have class, get back to work. It works. So you and I, how can we touch lives? How can we encourage one another? How can we be a blessing to our wives today, men? Children, how can we encourage mom and help her? Can we clean up around the house? Can we do something special for her? What can we do? Today is Mom Day. I declare it. Noble Wife Day. And everyone that has a noble wife, you need to bless her today. Danny, you have a noble wife. Paul, you have a noble wife. Mary, you are a noble wife. Alan, be nice. Pam, noble wife. Tell Matt, he's got to be nice to you today. I know, he's nice every day. You and I, let's touch life. Jamie, Elizabeth, the Wells family, you and I, we need to all be there. We need to work together. Beth, you're a noble wife. Sarah, noble wife. Dennis, noble wife. No. Dennis, you are the husband. You have to take care of your wife. And so celebrate. Go outside. Walk around the house 3 times. Come back in with a smile on your face. Okay? Remember, the garage door is up because you left it up, Dennis. For other people who don't know what that's all about, Dennis will have to tell you later. For Bev, Linda, the rest of you, all of you, God bless. Be filled. Understand God's glory. And be encouraged. And I will say it on live air today. My wife is a blessing to me. She keeps me grounded and fed. And if you've been following her post, she has been cooking some great meals. This coronavirus is not helping my diabetes. She's cooking amazing. And I'm eating, and the longer we sit inside, the fatter I get. I need exercise. You, exercise your faith. Be safe, be good, and I got to walk over here so I can go to the last screen. But you, get ready and be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.